Hi everyone, it's Delia and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you things that you should know before you go traveling to Hong Kong. This past summer, I went to Hong Kong for the very first time, and the things that I'm going to be sharing with you are the things that I learned while I was there, and I just thought it'd be helpful for you to know this before you go. Tips that I want to share with you can be helpful from the moment you arrive in Hong Kong, the duration of your stay, and up until you leave Hong Kong. The things I want to share with you include just the basics and essentials, things that you need to always bring with you when you're in Hong Kong, some food related things, and a little hack that can help you when your stay is over. One last thing before we get started, please click that subscribe button so that you can be updated when I make those weekly uploads. And without further ado, let's get started. One of the first things that you do right off the bat when you get off the plane and you're in the airport is you need to get an Octopus Card. An Octopus Card looks like this. It is the tap card that is used for public transportation, which in Hong Kong is called the MTR, which by the way is the most efficient, cleanest, convenient thing ever. You're gonna love the MTR. But this Octopus Card, again, so you can use it for the MTR and also in convenience stores such as Circle K, 7-Eleven, and even fast food restaurants. So basically in this one Octopus Card, you can pay for your meal and travel across Hong Kong. So like I said, when you get off the airplane and you're in the airport, find an MTR booth and then you can get your Octopus Card there, and also you can reload your Octopus Card almost anywhere, so at those convenience stores or in the MTR stations. It's super convenient. Now that you're in Hong Kong, you probably want to get a SIM card. Some of the Hong Kong mobile service providers include CSL, SmartTone, 3, and also China Mobile. So you can go to the stores that are available in the malls or on the street, but I got you if you are looking for something a little budget friendly. So what you need to do is go to Some Serpo, and in the street called Ap Liu, basically it's like a street filled with electronics and fun little things, and on this Ap Liu street you can find a booth that sells SIM cards with unlimited data for about like 30 or 50 Hong Kong dollars for a month. That's right. So obviously, maybe the service is not the best, but it's with China Mobile, which is actually ranked number 2 as a Hong Kong mobile service provider. But it's really budget friendly, and if you're there for like a week or a month, you know, it's definitely something that you should look into, because for me, when I went there for my first month, I made the mistake of going, first 2 months actually, I made the mistake of going with SmartTone, which costed me almost like $168 each month, which was just ridiculous compared to people who were paying $50, let's say. So definitely check out Some Serpo, Ap Liu Street. While you're in Hong Kong, some tips I have for you include, number 1, bring an umbrella with you all the time. In Hong Kong, you will always have a use for an umbrella. Either it is raining or it is super sunny, and you just gotta whip out that umbrella because the sun is beaming down on you. Number 2, another thing that you always want to bring with you or have with you when you're in Hong Kong is bug spray. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs there, especially at night. The mosquitoes will come at you, so bug spray, just spray it on. That's what I did every morning. That deep wood off spray. The third thing that you should always keep with you when you're in Hong Kong is some sort of toilet paper or a napkin. Number 1, because not all restaurants provide napkins like they do, for example, in Canada. I want to say all restaurants give you napkins, but not in Hong Kong, so you gotta bring your own if you're a messy eater. And number 2 is for the washroom. Whether you're a man or a lady, you probably have some use for some toilet paper, but sometimes they don't have that in the Hong Kong washrooms, so keeping some toilet paper or tissue with you is 100% the best thing you can probably do for yourself. The next couple of tips involve food related things. So number 1, in Hong Kong, you don't actually need to tip anyone. Whatever price you see, that is what you pay, and on top of that, you don't have to pay tax. So honestly, the number you see is the number you pay. But yeah, tipping is not something that is a social norm there in Hong Kong. In addition to that, you might want to be familiar with the idea of sharing tables. So often in those little tiny restaurants in Hong Kong, the space is not available. Maybe you're a table of 2 and the only 2 spots available are a table of 8 with only 6 people there. So you will probably be placed at the same table, so you want to get used to the idea that you will be possibly sitting with some strangers as you eat. Another really important thing while you're at these restaurants is, unless they're very high-end restaurants, then you probably don't need to do it, and you'll get the vibe from it. Most likely because if you do need to do this next tip, they will have a bowl in the middle of the table. So what I'm talking about is rinsing your utensils before you use them. It's kind of like a norm that people use the boiling teapot of water or tea tea and actually rinse their chopsticks and spoons and cups and bowls with that boiling hot water to clean it up, and then everyone just pours it all into the middle bowl for the dirty water. But yeah, that's maybe something you want to get used to doing, cleaning your utensils. But again, if it's a high-end restaurant or even a fast food chain, then that's not necessary. My next tip for you is to go and try street food. I can understand why it's a little bit intimidating, but I highly recommend it. It's something that you really have to experience when you're in Hong Kong because it is one of the biggest standout things about Hong Kong. Now, if you haven't seen my top 11 things to eat in Hong Kong video, I will link it somewhere on the screen, and be sure to watch it because I don't want you to miss out on the great recommendations that I made. Hong Kong people do something called so gai, which is when they just go down the street and they eat and get full of everything that they have on this that is available there. I did my little take on so gai one time, and it was in Mongkok. What I did was I had the steamed buns that were available. I also had bubble tea. I tried the hot stir chicken, which by the way is delicious. You have to have it. And also the pineapple buns found in Mongkok. One other street food that I totally forgot to recommend in my top 11 Hong Kong foods video is something called Chang Fun. It's basically just steamed rice noodle, but they have the sauce. Oh, it's so good. They have like the sweet sauce, spicy sauce with peanut butter, sprinkle it with sesame seeds. It's so delicious. You have to have this if you go to Hong Kong. It's so good. Another tip I have for you while you're in Hong Kong is when you're on the streets to please be sure to look in all directions, not just left and right, but all directions. The drivers in Hong Kong are quite aggressive and it's just really scary, so please be careful when you cross the street. Be sure to look both ways, and the traffic goes on the left-hand side. A small little thing that I just want to make sure that you are aware of is the fact that you may come across people who are rude, because in Hong Kong, people are typically a little bit more vulgar, a little bit more harsh with their tone and their words, but please don't take it personally. It's honestly just the way it is. I just want to make sure that that's on your radar so you aren't like taking it personally. But yeah, people in Hong Kong can be very rude, but not all. But yeah, it depends on where you are. About all the tips that I have during your stay in Hong Kong, but now when it's the end of your trip, I have one last tip for you, and that is to actually check in your baggage before you go to the airport. This has been super duper helpful because if you have a whole bunch of luggage, you just want to get that off of your hands like as soon as possible, right? So what you can do is actually called an in-town luggage check-in, and you can do that at Hong Kong Station or Kowloon Station. Basically what I did was I got off at Central Station and I just rolled my luggage to Hong Kong Station, and I checked it in before I even took the airport express back to the airport, which was so nice because I was like free and I didn't have to worry about anything because my luggage was already checked in. So I highly recommend doing that before you get onto the airport express. When you enter in to check in your luggage, that is actually, they have the MTR gates there, and that's when you tap in to go, and that is the fee that you will need to take when you take the Airport Express. So it's just something to keep in mind because you don't want someone who isn't going to be taking the Airport Express to tap in, because that fare is $96 or like $100, which is really expensive. Those are all the tips that I have for you, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!